Are my eyes popping?
I think we could create a grow rainbows for the clothes that are here.
We are live.
We are alive today.
are
Not just live,
alive.
but we are alive. Welcome to Centers for. Hello, hello, everybody. We're live in the fourth row, fifth row.
They're
Hello,
just
everybody.
greeting each other.
Woo! Welcome to Centers for Spiritual Living Kauai, where anything can happen, and it always does. So, first of all, I am Reverend Patrick. This is Rev Rita, in case you do not know her, and everyone online, aloha. In case you're wondering where you are, because I am, you are at Centers for Spiritual Living Kauai, and we do something very special here on Sundays. Do we not? Yes, we do. And that is we consider ourselves an empowerment center. We consider ourselves a grounding center. So wherever you're at in those cosmos, the fifth dimension and up, you can come here and we just ground ourselves with a lot of love, a lot of community. And Science of Mind only says one thing, that we are all one and that we have a power that we can use because we are that power. So welcome. And welcome people online. Welcome everyone in the room. And Rita.
So, who is here for the first time? Is there anyone here for the first time? Well, I bet there's somebody online here for the first time. So why don't we turn to them first and let them know who they are? Because there's got to be somebody watching for the first time.
Oh, I bet they are.
Tell them who they are. You are magnificent. And you know what? We couldn't say that to you if we couldn't say it to ourselves first, right? So let's just put our hands on our heart. Take a deep breath and really feel that heartbeat, feel that love that we are. And let's let ourselves know who we are. I am magnificent. Say it one more time. I am magnificent. Yes. And now turn to somebody next to you, even if they're invisible, and let them know who they are.
Well, we know that everyone's not.
You are magnificent. And now we have these magnificent duo here, Kyle and Louise, who are going to play our opening song. Let's do it.
I'm going to wash the dust off my soul. Ooh. I'll listen to some rock and roll. I know cares come what may. I'm making a beautiful day. I'm gonna drive my car into the sea. Swim out far 'cause I believe that the waves will wash the gray away. I'm making a beautiful day. Let me hear you say, ooh, my mind. I'm learning to fly. Hey, hey, what's that you're saying? Let's not forget that we're alive. Ooh, my mind. I'm learning to fly. Hey, hey, what's that you say? Let's not forget that we're alive.
Yes, we are alive. In this moment, we are always alive with that power, that presence, that beautiful, amazing, loving energy that's flowing through us at all times, flowing through us right here, right now, uniting us together as one. So I know today is a beautiful day. It's beautiful because we are here together. That's the first thing. I'm so grateful for that and grateful for this time that we spend together, knowing that we are just rising our consciousness in every single solitary moment into that beautiful, amazing call to action. It's about today, call to action. We are definitely called to action. So I celebrate this time together. I celebrate the love. I celebrate it all. And I just say, let it be a beautiful day. And so it is.
I'm gonna climb that hill behind my house, see what this place is all about. 'Cause from above it all you can't help but say, it's gonna be a beautiful day. It's gonna be a beautiful day. Let me hear you say, ooh, my mind. I'm learning to fly. Hey, hey, what's that you say? Let's not forget that we're alive. I said, ooh, my mind. I'm learning to fly. Hey, hey, what's that you're saying? Let's not forget that we're alive. One more time. Ooh, my mind. We're learning to fly. Hey, hey, what's that you say? Let's not forget that we're alive.
Beautiful. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Louise. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, everyone. So now we would like to call up our beautiful Reverend Diane Decker, who's going to lead us in our affirmation, our time of quiet, and our spiritual mind treatment. Thank you, Diane.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy Sunday. I will read our Sunday affirmation for you, and if you'll repeat it 2 times after me or with me. I lead my day with purpose, passion, and powerful action. I lead my day with purpose, passion, and powerful action. I lead my day with purpose, passion, and powerful action. Let's take that into a few moments of silence together. I lead my day with purpose, passion, and powerful action. knowing that there is only one life, one power, one presence, and it is right where we are. I ground myself in this knowing. I center myself in the awareness that God is perfect health, God is peace, God is well-being, God is all that is in perfection. And so in this moment, I remember that it is everywhere present. It is in and through everything seen and unseen. It is the waves waving the ocean. It is the wind in the breeze. It is the beating of the heart. Everywhere we are, God is. And so all the divine qualities of God are right where we are every moment of every day. And so I affirm that now. That creative self-expression is moving each one of us on purpose. That each one of us has a divine purpose that we were brought here to fulfill. And in this moment, it is made clearer than ever before as we are divinely guided to right action, perfect order and activity in our lives. It is happening right here, right now. And knowing that there is a divine abundance to meet every need and every desire. And so we open ourselves to the giving and receiving of Spirit. There is a divine flow moving in and through everything as we give and receive and give. It is right here where we are, moving us, moving through us now. There is nothing blocking the divine flow as we open to it in new and wonderful ways. And I give thanks that that divine flow is right here in the body temple as well. Every muscle, tissue, and fiber of the body temple is alive with the divine energy of Spirit. It is beating our heart and flowing our blood like warm, lazy rivers. It is so good to have a body, is it not? Oh, I give thanks for Spirit moving in and through me in the divine flow of good that is love, that is respect, that is community. I give thanks that all of our relationships are filled with that divine flow of Spirit, moving us in ways that heal our past, our present, our future, and allow us to thrive in our relationships. What a blessing. What a blessing we face every day when we wake up. And so I give thanks for this day. I give thanks for the way Spirit moves us. I give thanks for this community and for the way it expresses in the world. And I know that with all the thanksgiving that I'm feeling in my heart right now, that the word has been spoken, that it is done in this moment, and that right here, right now, the law of mind and spirit is in action, bringing forth the right and perfect result without any delay, without any obstacles, without any impediments. It is done right here, right now. And if you agree with this word I have spoken, please join me in saying, and so it is. Mahalo.
Lau hoi mai na wa'a, pai aku I kaina. Lau hoi mai na wa'a, pai aku I kaina. Wahana I ke aluia, e holo mua I ke aluia. Uhana I ke aluia, e holo mua I ke aluia. E lau hoi mai na wa'a, pai aku I kaina. E lau hoi mai na wa'a, pai aku I kaina. Ho'okahi ka I lau like ana. mai o kalike. E lau lima pukako. E lau lima pukako. Aholono. Ikeka, ikahoe, ikahoe, ikeka, ikeka, ikahoe, ikahoe, ikeka, ikeka. Ikahoe, ikahoe, ikeka. Keep going, don't stop. Ikeka, ikahoe, ikahoe, ikeka. Elauhoi mainava. Pai aku I Kaua'i. E lau hoi mai na wa'a. Pai aku I Kaua'i. I ke ka, I ka hoe. I ka hoe, I ke ka, I ke ka, I ka hoe, I ka hoe, I ke ka, I ke ka.
Wonderful. Will you introduce Jack? Introduce.
Mahalo. Yes, beautiful. I never get tired of that particular song. So this is our, it's not new segment anymore because we've been doing it for a while, but kind of new segment, and we like to call it Getting to Know You. So we are going to invite up another one of these wonderful members and people that come here. And we just got a whole list, a whole lineup. It's like a whole Broadway show coming here in the next 3 months. But for today's Broadway appearance was going to be Jack Smith. Yes, yeah, Oh, that was a very nice surprise. Me?
Yeah, he's a good actor.
It's like Meryl Streep at the Academy Awards. And Meryl Streep, really? No.
So, can I get the true-false questions?
Of course
We're
not.
in trouble.
Come closer to me, Jack. But I will give you a little plug. These are wonderful that's around your neck. What are those?
Kahelelani shells, the only shell on the planet listed as a gemstone, and they're only found in Hawaii, so endemic shells.
And that was a 20-minute promo. He not only wears them, but
He makes them.
makes them and produces them out
Pick
there. So there
every
you go.
shell.
Picks every shell. That's what's behind that. But anyway, we're not here to discuss that, are we?
I picked every shell of my life. I'm responsible.
Okay, so let's put that on the shelf help thing. So here we go. So how long have you been in Science of Mind or aware of Science of Mind? Because I know you have an interesting little story.
Probably a year and a half or 2 years before I met you and we started this, I read the Science of Mind text more than once through. Once through from front to beginning, and then again they have this cute little thing in the beginning where you can pick several pages or paragraphs a day and just go by the calendar and do it that way. So I was already into that one. I met these guys at a Course in Miracles group, and they stood up and said, "We come to Kauai to start a Science of Mind group." And it's like, Yeah.
And he had his book on him. He just happened to have it on him.
Oh, battered copy, yeah.
And so, just in a few words for you, because you have been around Science of Mind, how has it benefited your life? What has it done for you? Not that it's the only philosophy, but having that in your life.
Yeah, it confirmed and gave me confidence in what the beliefs that I've already come to. I started questioning early, with a Christian side of the family and a Protestant side of the family, or Catholic, right? And it wasn't working out as a kid, this organized stuff. So I started searching early. Mainly got lost in science because they seemed like that made sense. Science and math, I mean, 8 and 8 is the same every time you add it together. It was kind of comforting to all mathematicians kind of can do the same formulas. It was kind of a safe place. So, and my life has been kind of trying to include things together. I'm able to explain the Big Bang Theory in a way that Christians accept it, and I can explain. Because I'm a scientist, I can explain in a way that God-believing creationist kind of people can accept it. If there was somebody smart enough to be a god, she would have created evolution too. So I mean, it wasn't just poof one picture. That it was an evolving thing. So it could go both ways. But I'm here and I'm kind of part of the AA club. The atheist, agnostic, anarchist.
Oh,
but
there's many of you out there. Welcome everyone.
But this fits. This fits.
Yeah,
I think the science and spirit together, and I really like that.
Great, Rita.
Yeah, I want to know if you can give us, since we talk about it as the law as a law of freedom, can you give us one instance in your life where you feel like the philosophy has freed you? Probably more emotionally, mentally speaking.
Yeah, he never called it Science of Mind, but my grandfather that spent a lot of time raising for me, my grandfather is a Cuban Portuguese orphan who adopted my father, an only child. So I spent a lot of time with him because both my parents worked. And he always said, you can do anything. You can be anything. And so I believed him. So early on, I sort of had the Science of Mind. I believed that I could do or be anything. I was free. I was totally free to choose and go that way. And so I decided, I wish I had some more hindsight back then, that I would always have what I needed. And basically, I never reached for a bigger picture than that. So anywhere, I've always had what I needed. I've gone to places on the ends of the planet where there's no jobs there, there's no place to live. I go there, I get a job, I get a place to live. I mean, every time I've always had what I needed because that was my mantra. I wish I would have believed more. I would always have a little extra jingle in my pocket too. Something. But
well, the time is good
worked.
for right now.
Yeah,
there's extra jingles.
I'm
Always
trying to change my mind. Yeah, the old dog trick. Yeah.
So before we let you go, I do want to. This just popped in a little download that you don't know I'm going to say because I was eavesdropping on you one time at our last year at the Sacred Journey, and he was doing the best bonfire. I mean, wow, and it was so. I said, wow, that's so organized. But anyway, you were doing that, and you were speaking to someone who was fairly new, and she said. I'm going to paraphrase. I just love coming to Sundays because it makes me feel really good and it's really good. And then Jack said, that's great. Sundays are wonderful. And yes, they do make us feel good. But it's the teaching and the science of mind, actually text and what we learn there is what we get to use in our lives. And I just went, wow, I wish I had said that. but I don't think I've ever told you that. So thank you. I really, and I love that you have that kind of heart for it because you're right. This is wonderful on Sundays, but if we don't dig deeper into how to really make it a practical way of living, which is what Science of Mind is, correct?
Well, to me, the Science of Mind text is my toolbox, and this is the place where I get the inspiration, motivation, and joy to use my tools. Yeah, so.
Oh, hello. Give it up and buy some of his wonderful. Give it up, Jack. Yay.
Thank you for doing that.
Oh, thank you, Jack. Thank you.
Yeah. So.
I'll try.
You guys can start setting up. So today, thank you, Jonathan.
That's right.
They're going to take a second to set up. So today we have an amazing special treat. We're getting like a little mini concert from Alina and Yannick Evanoff and their beautiful parents back there who have supported them in their and continue to support them in their journey. It takes that to support your child in their journey. And if you don't know already, they were accepted into the Hawaii Youth Symphony and are now having to support their journey going to Oahu. I don't know if it's every weekend, but they're shaking their head. Yes, every weekend. So we're so grateful to have you here.
And I wouldn't plug it saying that on November 19th, they're going to give a little mini concert for our telethon, by the way. So we're pleased at that, too. We've got them booked for the next 3 years. So.
Yeah. So Alina is going to play Sarah Bond in G minor by Carl Baum. I got it right, I think. Thank you, Alina. Wow. How blessed are we? How blessed are we? Thank you, Alina. Oh my God. I loved watching your face too. You're beautiful. And now Yannick is going to play a concerto in G major by Mozart. Yes. Can you both come up here for one more minute? Can you just both come up? Because we want to just give you another just thank you. So let's just give them a big. Thank you. Oh. Wow. Thank you so much. It just brings tears to my eyes. I know, right? Thank you. Thank you for answering your call. Today's about having a call to action. And obviously, you got a call. I don't know how old you were, if it was right when you were coming out of your mama, or whether it took a moment. But obviously, you have a call and you've answered it. And thank you for sharing that call with us. Oh my God. Wow. So I've been immersed in this topic of being called to action all week, and I'm not sure where it's going to take me because I have notes. But I just started to fall into the world of Joseph Campbell and started getting all excited about it. And so I pulled out this book that I read when I was doing my screenwriting days. In my screenwriting days, called the Hero's Journey. It was a book for screenwriters, and it was all based on Joseph Campbell's work and the different archetypes and characters and parts of the story that every person goes through. And if you watch a film, you see it in the film, because film imitates life, right? Or does life imitate films? I don't know. Either way, it's all the same. But those same archetypes and those same calls are like within us. And when you start to get into it, you really realize, and you can look at your life from that perspective, it opens things up, and at least it does for me. And Joseph Campbell wrote, "The hero's journey always begins with the call. One way or another, a guide must come and say, 'Look, you're in Sleepy Land. Wake. Come on a trip. There is a whole aspect of your consciousness, your being, that's not been touched. So, you're at home here? Well, there's not enough of you here.' And so it starts." So I love that because there's different times in life, and I don't think it ever ends. Like, I think that it's constantly evolving, and we get a call, and then we get another call, and we get another call, right? And it's just like you're in this state. Remember in Star Wars, that's the best example, and most people have seen that film, and Luke Skywalker is like in his drudgery world, and he's not happy with his life, and not necessarily not happy with it, but he's just like got this pull for something more, and he doesn't listen to the call at first, and then he has a total disaster. He loses his family and everything, and then he jumps into the call. And I think that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes we answer it willingly, and sometimes we have to be forced into it. And what I know is that we're never lost. And whether we're forced into it or whether forced into it sometimes because we get sick or something happens in our life that isn't pleasant, and we're having, you hear that saying of a person hitting rock bottom, and then all of a sudden they get enlightened and they start to move their life forward. And sometimes that's what it takes for certain people. And according to our teaching, the science of mind and spirit, it's never too late. So when Jack said that, I wanted to say, Jack, it's never too late. Just because you didn't do it back then, now's the time, because all we have is the present moment, right? So I know for myself, I remember back in, when was that time? Probably the late 80s when everybody was, all into all kinds of stuff. They still are into all kinds of stuff. But I remember I was very unhappy, and I had everything. I had a beautiful house. I had my family. I had everything, and everybody was kind of the leaving the nest time in my life. And I remember sitting at the bottom of the stairs in this big house, and just something was calling me, and I didn't know what it was. And I had left behind my theater and all of that stuff to pursue something else, and I couldn't get it. I couldn't get what it was. And I remember somebody saying, "Well, you're going to either stay here in the Sleepy Land, or you're going to go. And if you don't do it, if you don't take that move, that call, something will push you to do it." So it took me a while. Let's put it that way. I resisted for a long time. I was like Luke Skywalker. And then I met him, and my whole world turned upside down, and it wasn't easy for me to do what I did. And I said to myself, if I had my palm and I looked at my lifeline, I would say that I had to pick my lifeline up and completely turn it in the other direction. That's what it felt like. And I am so glad I did, because I wouldn't be standing here in front of you right now. I wouldn't have ever come. I mean, my whole life unfolded, and it wasn't easy. I had to keep getting called over and over again because I kept resisting. And then when I found the science of mind, then I understood. I understood what was missing, really missing. Because just because I had found the love of my life doesn't necessarily mean you are all okay. It's great to find the love of your life, but if you don't find the love of your life in yourself, so that's what the science of mind taught me, was to find the love of my life in myself. And the beautiful part is when Patrick and I got married, we always said, we'll always change. We want each other to change. We want each other to grow. We want each other to answer our calls. And so being in the Sleepy Land, it happened right before COVID. It was kind of like a Sleepy Land. It was kind of like things aren't really going forward. Things are just kind of like this. We know we have to do that. Well, it happened when we were in the hotel. We're like, we're going to have to leave soon, but we kept hesitating until finally they kicked us out. And then in a short amount of time, we had to find a place to go. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. the universe will kick you out of whatever it is eventually, or maybe not, but I think it does eventually kick you out. I mean, it eventually kicks you out. And so with COVID, that's what COVID did. It was like, okay, something's happening in this center. We need to like make it this or make it that, or we didn't really know. And then COVID hit, and then it was like, okay, there's the call. What are we going to do now? Is the center going to die, or are we going to bring it and keep it alive? And I think that's what we did for 2 years. We just kept it alive. And now there's another call. And it's not a call that I could take by myself or he could take by himself or both of us. It's a call that we all have to take if the science of mind is going to go forward as a collective, you know. It's a call that we have to take because it needs people who are dedicated to themselves and each other, who have come to serve the planet and to serve themselves at the same time. And I really feel like that's where it is right now. That's my call to action. And Ernest Holmes says, like, if we can't take it into our lives, like if we can't take this teaching into our lives and use it, like they were using it. They don't know what the science of mind is, but they know that there's a part of themselves that needs to be expressed and bloom and blossom, and it's that creative urge within each of us. And that's something that we have to do individually, like I said, and collectively. But if we can't take it into life, if they were just sitting, you know, in a place thinking about playing the violin and never picking it up and learning how to play and learning how to let that spirit move through them. Oh, Kiana turned me on to this gentleman. You probably know who he is. His name is Hauser. He plays the cello. And he does all kinds of wild things with the cello, but he does wild things, but he also just plays this beautiful. And when you watch him, just like I was watching you guys, there's something within them that's just like, it's coming out of them, and it's so you just catch it. So they're bringing the spirit into living. Because Ernest Holmes wrote, in the conclusion of The Science of Mind, he wrote, "What the world needs is a spiritual conviction followed by a spiritual experience. I would rather see a student of this science prove its principle than to have him repeat all the words of wisdom that have ever been uttered. It is far easier to teach the truth than to practice it." So if we just sit like, you know, the Swami said that. He said, like, you guys, can be easy for us sitting in the monastery and just doing our chants and everything, but you guys got to go into the real world, and we have to deal with the 3D world, you know. And we can bring the fifth dimensional world to the 3D world, but we have to be able to do that. And so I think that's where this center is right now. Is like, can we help people to do that? Because we're not like gurus or anything. We can only help people to be the best selves that they are, and then it's up to them. And we would never want somebody looking up to us like, oh, there's the gurus up on the mountain, because we're not that. We're living it too. And I just think the call to action for me right now is to get out of my sleepy land, listen a lot more, and follow that listening into action as much as I can, and to stop saying I don't know when I do know. Because we tell ourselves we don't know, and how the law of cause and effect works is if you keep telling yourself you don't know, you'll never know. But if you tell yourself you do know, then you will be enlightened. The synchronicities will show up, and I've been spending some time saying, oh, I don't know. Well, that's not sufficient. That keeps me in the sleepy land. So I do know. I've said this last Sunday. I came to this island to bring out this teaching that I believe in so much, that has helped my life, and that I can help other people live their best life possible. Whatever they choose to do with that is up to them. I'm not here to keep people in CSL, Kauai. I'm only here to touch the lives of the people that come here, and to make them smile, and to make them feel better about themselves, and to take that betterness of themselves and follow their own call to action. And I feel like that's it. So I feel like I've been rambling, but but I know that the key is to know yourself. What is it written on the ancient temple? Know yourself, It's been told to us over and over, and they weren't talking about your little ego self. They were talking about your big, powerful, amazing self that picks up that violin and plays it, that does whatever you do in your world, that is calling you in constantly to say, yes, it's not about money. It's not about any of that. If we waited till money came, we'd never get, we wouldn't get anywhere. But it's about, like in Indiana Jones, when he steps off into the unknown and the bridge meets him. That's what it takes. And I have gotten this answer over and over and over again. So I already know it's true. And I've seen other people do it, and I know it's true. So what stops us? Is it easier to be asleep than it is to be awake and really wake up to who you are? I think it's a lot of responsibility to know who you truly are and to follow the call. But I know from both experience and both from falling off and getting back on and falling off and getting back on, that it's much better to be on and to bring the mountaintop, the God within us, into every experience. Because then I know that no matter what happens, what call I have to answer, whatever it is, I'm always going to have, like Jack said, all the tools that I need if I know who I am, if I know that I'm love and I'm this powerful energy that could meet anything and just walk right through it. Yeah. Namaste. So, wow. Now Kyle's going to sing an interesting song following this talk. And I think you'll get why he's singing it. It's really, listen to the words very carefully.
What do I do if I'm not chasing anything? What do I do if I've got everything that I need? It's a question that no one's prepared to answer. Where do I go if I'm right where I'm supposed to be? Where do I go if wherever I am home? It's a question I'm presently wanting to answer. If the usual way doesn't work for me now, that's a void I know nothing about. What if the race is over and we all automatically win? What if the game is ended long before it even begins? What if the test has been taken and we're all winning again and again? If the race is over, what then? What do I say if it's all perfect anyway? What do I say if I'm not here to change anyone? It's a question I truly don't know how to answer. How do I live if my life is eternity? How do I live if I'm no longer afraid to die? It's a mystery, no one can give me an answer. If the usual way doesn't work anymore, there's no map for what life has in store. What if the race is over and we all automatically win? What if the game is ended long before it even begins? What if the test has been taken, and we're all passing again and again. If the race is over, what then? What is the purpose of time here on earth? How do I now define my death and birth? For that matter, what is my life really worth in the end? What's mine to give and what's mine to receive? Whom do I worship? What do I believe? Seems every answer comes right back to me in the end. What if the race is over and we all automatically win? And what if the game is ended long before it even begins? What if the test has been taken and we're all passing again and again? If the race is over and we're all born victorious, if the race is over, what then?
I'm waiting for you to fist. No. Ah, there we go. I'm just like Pavlov's dog. I must hear the bell. Yeah. Wow. Today has a very, very special energy. I have to be honest about this song. I was in my den. It's not a man's den. What do they call them? Cave. But we don't have a cave. But anyway, we separate, and we get up at 4 a.m., and then we separate, and we go in our little corners, and we just download and let all the stuff happen, right? And so after I finished, and I was thinking of this call to action, and you know, my personality is like, dun, 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 and then you're like, and then all of a sudden, Rita's playing this song over and over, and as I was done, and I was walking to getting ready, and I was listening to the lyrics, and I'm going, oh man, what do you mean it's already over? I mean, it's done. What do you mean? Nobody's going to win. Where's Indiana Jones? Where's all of this stuff, you know? And I went, oh my gosh. And I ran in and jotted down some of the lyrics because I think they really fit into not what I had planned to do. But I just love this. What do I do if I'm not chasing anything? What do I do if I've got everything that I need? How can I go on a journey if all of that is already done? Oh, but we can. Because I'm thinking of a journey that we might have to struggle, and that I have to be tested, and I have to have all of these things in order for me to prove that I get my prize because I really worked hard. We wear that a little bit. We were speaking the other day to someone, and we wear it like a badge of courage. I suffered and suffered and suffered, so therefore now I deserve the prize. And what happens if we already deserve the prize when we arrived? Because that's exactly what I know is true for me. And it went on to say, what do I say if it's all perfect anyway? What do I say? It makes me want to cry. What do I say if I'm not here to change anyone? It's a question I truly don't know how to answer. And how do I live if my life is eternity? How do I live if I'm no longer afraid to die? Hello. I remember when COVID first started back then when Rita said, I think what's happening is that we're addressing this fear that we're going to die. And that's why everybody's treating people the way they are, because everybody secretly has all of these things. We're going to die. And we didn't die, everyone. We went on a journey, and boy, was it a journey, but we didn't die. He says, how do I live if my life is eternity? How do I live if I'm no longer afraid to die? It's a mystery. No one can give me an answer to. It's the usual way. What if the usual way doesn't work anymore? That's what this talk is about. Because it's not working. The usual way is not working. And I know that if we are semi-awake, we don't even have to be fully awake. If we're semi-awake, I think we're pretty clear that things are not the ordinary way that they were, and no one's really asking for them to return. I love my man Joseph Campbell, man. I haven't thought about him in a long time. And this is what he says. Before you had to sing that song, and then I had to clear everything up in my mind, you know? The call to adventure sets the story rolling by, disrupting the comfort of the hero's ordinary world. Did you feel that one? Oh, such disruption. Presenting a challenge or a quest that must be undertaken. The call throws the ordinary world off balance. Been there, done that, still experiencing that. And world off balance, and establishes the stakes involved if the challenge is rejected. And if, yes, exactly. I was thinking about that whole idea that, see, we're all heroes. That's what light went off to me today. I said, we're all heroes, not because of what we did, but because we landed here and we showed up. Did you know that's all we had to do? Was show up. And then sit there and say, what is really happening? I love this whole idea of a calling. We've all questioned, what is a calling? And a lot of people, think of it as, Patrick, go to Kauai. You and Rita, it's a calling. It's a calling. That did not happen. Just to let all of you know that I did not hear any voices, and if I did, well, read the book when it comes out. If I did, but we kind of want that feeling, like I was walking in the forest and the lightning hit and I just bursted in and the flame came. Oh, that's Moses, wait. But that whole idea of doing it, and what's interesting is the calling is so soft. And it's so gentle. And it's saying, wake up. Wake up, Patrick. I got something to say. But actually, I don't. But you have a lot to say. And we have to listen to it. And it isn't about journeying and having this incredible, showing how big you became on your hero's journey. This will probably answer the wonderful question to what is a calling. It says inside, this was Maslow, remember him? Hierarchy. I'm always laughing because when I went to school, I digress, when I went to college at 50, back to college to finish off my psych degree, this was the first thing, the hierarchy, right? And I went. And they were talking about the top, right? And all these young people, here I am, they're like 20s going, this is what we're striving for. We're going to climb the ladder of, and I said, what if and I raised my hand, what if we came here already that way, at the highest part of our being? If you could see her face, I said, what if we actually were at the top and we went to sleep and then we were actually having to climb back to what we actually were? She was like, thank you so much for sharing. And then at the break, all of the kids, and I do call them kids, were like, what do you mean by that? So I had it was kind of like a Jesus moment. They were all like disciples around. They go, you mean we're already evolved? We're already enlightened? I said, yeah, actually we came here that way. Wow, and I'm paying like $50,000 to go to this school. Oh, wow. So then she called me in to talk to me, and then I said, well, actually, because I was actually in Science of Mind at the time, so I was like, I have another question. My hand was like, unlike when I was in school before where I did not put it up there, right? So she was just very like, I really appreciate, I love this I love this phrase. I just love your enthusiasm. I said, actually, that's how I really believe. And she's like, oh, wow, okay. So we're sitting there, but Maslow said this as I go back. He said, inside every living thing is an inner drive, a divine impulse to completely and wondrously self-express. That is to be what it is totally that you are. And so what we're doing is we're to be what we have not yet become. That's what we were started this month out as, act as if. We are already those things. To be what we are wanting to become. We're already there, we're just becoming it, just like, Not that Maslow, for you Maslow fans, not putting him down, by the way, but I do believe that we started at the higher place. And I think that there's a call, and we're all being called on a daily basis. I was talking with Rita, and I said, we went through last night at dinner all the times we answered the call or didn't. Somebody we just got through Rita's, but we'll get through mine tonight. But she was talking about a couple times that she did not answer. I said, have you ever not answered the call? And she said, yeah, actually, when I went to go become a teacher, when I really wanted to take the drama and become the actress. But it was more, her husband felt it was more reliable and more, important to do the teaching job. But me, I have always answered to some degree, but a couple of times I have been called, and I went, I'll call you later. And a calling doesn't have to be this thing that we're going to just be taking down the whole world. The calling can be, we're in that now. Rita beautifully put it. Because we're being called again. And I am not your father, Luke. No, I thought she was saying, Dad, 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 Dad. When I get up here, we just don't know what the hell's going to go on, do we? That's called the divine urge, by the way. So let's wrap it. Let's come to a place that when you hear the call, so I'm listening very closely right now for what's Patrick's call. And I know that we've been called here to do that, and it's a very interesting period of time because there's a part of me, I said this, right, when we're starting to build again, I went, didn't we already do this? I'm tired. I want to go to Africa and Peru and all the places that everybody's going. But I just thought to myself, what is it? It was very, very funny that someone said, Rita and I were thinking of going on the Camino. Do the Camino, the walk, for a month. And so I was all jazzed about it. That's what wine will do. And then I was like, yeah, we're going to cross and we're going to meet people and and then I forgot what group we were in. It was just wonderful. And she looked over, I can't even remember who it is, and she looked over and she goes, you guys have been walking the Camino for 9 years. That's how long we've been doing CSL when we got here. You've been walking 9 years the Camino and going, maybe that's why I'm not as excited about doing that. I would rather go somewhere where I could go, could you bring my lunch over to the pool? And then that's kind of where I'm at. Just I don't mind the call to action and everything, but I'm sorry, I need to go to the pool and have them, as soon as I answer the call. And the final thing of the call, and there was a whole list in his, and I love it, it's when you go out and you gather all the information, and you go out and you bring it home to those that did not want to take that call because it wasn't theirs to take, and you share that. And I think that's what we're all doing. It has nothing about travel, it's about consciousness. As I get certain things, then I share them with you. And I was just thinking about the call to action is daily. I know you, and I don't mind telling everyone, Gabriella, that You get a call to action every day to get up and go into nature and to swim and to dance Tuesday nights over at Paniola's. I mean, divine urge. You know, you never should call anybody out, but just so you'll know, if you continue to come here, you never know. You never know what I know. So let's all take the call. And when it calls, you know, we can put it on hold if you want. But eventually, right, we do take it. And we do turn our lives around. And it doesn't have to be going to the Camino and walking for a month. It can go right in our beautiful, beautiful lives right here. That call to action to say, I know who I am. And this is my call to action every day. I'm going to be kinder today. Another call of action, I'm going to love more today than I did yesterday. No matter what my finances are, there's more of me to express and more of life to fill up on. The call is very, very, very soft when it says, live life, for you are God. For you are good. For you are love. And that's what we take into our world. Namaste.
Thank you.
I'm just telling everybody's stuff, aren't I?
Yeah, telling your own
Can't
stuff.
wait.
Telling
And my own stuff too. Yeah.
It's good. That's what, you know, only thing we have to bring to you guys is what we are. And what we experience, because we live this stuff every day. We live it, we take it into our lives and live it. And so thank you for doing that. And thank
Living
you
it
for,
with us.
for being here today, being online, for all the support that comes into this center. It's so important. It keeps us alive and well and going and expanding and all of that. So it's so important. So thank you so much for your help and for being here, especially for being here and bringing your consciousness here. Thank you, thank you. Let's have a song, Kyle.
And all that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be, it's a blessing, it's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all. And all that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be, it's a blessing, it's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all. So I lift up my hands now, and I open my heart, and my gratitude goes out to everything near and far, and all that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be. It's a blessing, it's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all.
Grateful for it all. In this moment, we give thanks for these tithes, these gifts, these offerings, knowing that the blessings in this basket go out into the world to touch the lives of those in this community and beyond. I give thanks for the generous nature of this community that supports the mission, the vision, and the teaching of CSL Kauai in this world and beyond. Mahalo, mahalo.
All that I see, and all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be, it's a blessing, it's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all. And all that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be, it's a blessing, it's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all.
Thank you, everyone, so much. So we have, the children are here. Oh, great, come on up. The
Come
youth.
on. Oh, I'm
excuse me.
sorry.
I
Oh.
didn't. I said children. Loya's not here though, so she wouldn't yell. But
There
Miss
they are.
Beth is here. And
Don't
Zenith,
even look
Zenith
at them.
and Beckham, or the youth today. Yay.
Hey,
Okay.
Becca.
Hey.
Hey, Zena. How you doing? Oh, yeah.
Okay. We need the mic for them. Where is it? Oh. Let 'em-
So we
that's
had
okay.
such a great time. We learned some things today in the children's program, and I will let them tell you what we did.
We drew and colored butterflies. We read a book about peace.
You
About
wrote
peace?
a book about peace?
Read a book.
Read a book. Oh.
are these things?
They're prayer sticks.
Prayer sticks.
Oh.
How does that work?
So when you wake up, you look at them and
Uh-huh.
you plant a seed of what they say.
Okay. Beautiful.
Oh, that is
Very nice, Miss
great.
Beth. All
Wow,
right.
does that mean you get to eat what's on the popsicle stick before that happened?
No.
Good answer.
All
Good
right.
answer.
So let's
Okay.
give them their blessing. You are amazing. You are perfect. You are magnificent. And we love you. Yay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
I
you,
like that
Beth.
idea, the prayer sticks, actually. It's a nice way to wake
I
up,
like that
is it
too.
not?
All right. So we just have a few announcements. Jeevan,
Javen,
stand
can
up.
you run up here real quick?
No, he doesn't want to come up.
You don't want? Yeah,
Okay.
actually, I do. Just because. Just no, you don't have to sing a song or anything. I'm just. But you're going to be here Wednesday, so why don't you let people know kind of what's in store?
Hi.
You. Just let's have a moment. I love you, man. I never thought that you wouldn't want to come up. That's interesting.
I know I feel shy.
Yeah, well, people have
Today.
been asking what's going on Wednesday, so I'm going to have you.
So I'm going to do a little concert here Wednesday night. And it's mostly devotional, original music that's devotional in nature. And that's it.
That's great.
Ta-da.
And we all know how wonderful Jeevan is.
Well, we all know I want to. I
Yeah.
just want to. I just want to
And-
add a little promo to it.
It's 6:30
6:30.
Wednesday night. Yep. And it's also going to be online, so you can buy your ticket online if you want.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's better here in person, isn't
oh,
it?
yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All
Okay,
right,
thanks,
Thank you, Jeevan. So that's happening. And then on Friday, we have our spiritual cinema, and we are going to watch Tick, Tick,
Tick,
Boom,
Boom.
which is an amazing film
Oh,
about
my gosh.
Jonathan,
We're gonna be
written
on our
by Jonathan
third
Larson.
side.
Well, the script was written by Jonathan Larson as a play, and I always can't say his name. Manuel
From
Miranda.
Hamilton.
wrote, made it into a movie, but it is Jonathan Larson who wrote Rent.
Yes,
It's his
great story,
It's an
great
amazing
story.
musical. So come join us for that. It is a musical, and
But
what
very
else?
modern.
Yeah. And then the expansion team is meeting, we're starting on Saturday at 10 o'clock, from 10 to 11, to get together and to capsulize really what we do here, who we are, so that we can verbalize it, articulate it, so we can verbalize it and tell people what we do at CSL Kauai. So we're going to come together to do that, because that's going to be the first step. Who are we? What do we believe? What do we actually do here? So
And we
that
call it
can-
the elevator speech
Yeah.
because that way when somebody goes, what's that place, CSL Kauai, that you actually have something that you feel comfortable saying, because most people have said that is the hardest thing about coming here is that people go, what do you do over there? I really feel good, and that doesn't help any, and they're like, why does it make you feel good? So we're gonna put a little condensed thing, and we will not be robots saying it, but it'll give you a little bit of a
And then
journey
our
with it.
Sacred Healing Circle is next Tuesday, the 30th, not this Tuesday, the next one, with Maria Christina and our beautiful practitioners and ministers. And then the Sacred Journey is almost full. We only have one more spot. So if anybody wants
One.
that spot here or online, come and grab it. So
Well,
we're going to
not
have
online,
No.
they can't stay online to
No,
take
they
it.
have to take
need
it here.
actually come here. Yeah, it's really a wonderful, it's our 9th and it's the sacred journey of the mystic. So we're going to do some really, really powerful things for the week.
Yeah, and I just want to mention this choir that we want to start. I don't have anybody to play for us right now, and I don't necessarily feel comfortable leading a choir with nobody to play music, because I can warm people up. I play well enough to do that, but I'm still contemplating how that's going to look. I really want to do it because I know Sharon. I don't feel like Sharon is ready to come back, and we were going to do it when Stream came back in September and start there. So I'll keep you posted on it, because I have to see who signed up for it and see what that's going to look like, and when everybody can meet. That's another thing, because I don't meet on Mondays. That's my day off. Anyway, I'm not going to give that up. So anyway, that's where we're at with that. But don't give up on it. If you're really interested in it, please sign up on that sheet back there so I know who's interested, and that would be great. So, and that's all.
And the bookstore, You Never Do Bookstore, Rita's book, What Do I Need to Know? If you have not got it yet, please go to the bookstore, because it is powerful. We are sending it all around the world. She's on a virtual book tour, which is so cool, because we have Sue Wood back from Africa, and that book was selfied out in Africa. And then this morning, anybody know Pam Varma? She was like, I'm in Peru at Machu Picchu. And so Rita is getting all around the world.
I don't even have to leave the island.
That's right.
How's that?
That's
anyway,
right.
all right. So I think we're ready to.
We are. Let's
to
get on our feet.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
And thank you again, everyone.
Thank you. Don't forget to thank Yana.
Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. Sing with me. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. So look for the good in everyone. People done gone crazy. People done gone mad. People done forgot the superpowers we all have. We were born to love, not hate. We can decide our fate. Look for the good in everyone and celebrate all our mistakes. There's a silver lining. We still have to find it. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. So look for the good in everyone.
So as we continue to look for the good in everyone, I know that as we look, the easiest way to do that, the easiest way to find that silver lining is to do it with gratitude. And I am so grateful for this incredible moment that we are all experiencing together, this moment of life, this moment of divine urge, this moment of calling. And so I'd like to call out some thank yous today for what has gone on before, during, and will go on after we have met here. So we have these wonderful, wonderful, wonderful flowers right here by our beautiful Kiana. And oh, look at Action. Action is there. And so also she was on the Malama team, Sue Buckley. We have Luis. We have everybody working on this greeting you. And Rob Jones, is that Rob Jones back there on letting everybody know that this is happening here? And Jonathan over there making sure everybody can hear us. There we go. And Giorgio, who's learning the ropes and just kind of putting it in there. And so thank you, Giorgio. And we have Kyle LeBenz and Luis, who keep strumming a wonderful beat of gratitude. And as we go, we have Yannick and Elena Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mahalo and bravo. And Ron Stover, who's out driving, if you know what he does, he's driving a lot, but he always parks here and gets everything ready for us. And then he takes off again, so we just thank you, Ron. And we have Roseanne Jones in the bookstore. She's got all those Rita's books ready to just fly out into the world. And Beth, collection stewards, is Sue Buckley and Kiana. Kiana just running, allowing CSL Kauai to just soar. Know that we don't leave ourselves out, so I'll go ahead and give myself a thank you too, just for being Patrick. That's right. And so we are that incredible lighthouse. I'm truly grateful. I am grateful from every fiber, every part of my being.
Everyone needs sunshine. Everyone, you are.